and I hope I got that right. I think I missed Villaumé. Villaumé, sorry. My apologies. The space we're in today holds enormous potential. Oh, I'm sorry, worrying on pronunciation. I'm sorry, I missed Dan Brake, past chair of techNL, Chief Technology Officer of PolyUnity. My apologies there. And Karen Windsor. Karen is Chief Operating Officer of Atlantic XL. The space we're in today holds enormous potential for the tech industry. techNL's Chief Executive Director, Mr. Villaumé, and his team have big plans to transform it into an incredible space for innovators. To tell you more about this, I now invite Mr. Villaumé to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, MP Joanne Thompson. Bonjour à tous. Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see you all this afternoon. Hello as well to the Honourable Dr. Andrew Furey, Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, the Honourable Seamus O'Regan, Federal Minister of Labour, the Honourable Andrew Parsons, Minister of Industry, Energy and Technology, Joanne Thompson, Member of Parliament for St. John's East, and all the CEOs and board members of Energy, Research, Innovation, Newfoundland and Labrador, the Ocean Supercluster, and Energy NL, Jacqueline Lee, Chair of techNL, and all board members of techNL. Today is an incredible milestone moment for the tech sector in Newfoundland and Labrador, and for all sectors that embrace technology development in the province. After years of dedicated and collaborative work, led by techNL, Energy, Research and Innovation, Newfoundland and Labrador, the Ocean Supercluster, and Energy NL, we are creating together an innovation center to address the technology development needs of established and growing companies. Our vision is to create a world-class ecosystem for remote operations. The Innovation Center will accelerate the growth of companies by fostering collaboration among companies developing technologies, innovators, and also support organizations, providing programming to accelerate learning, increasing access to advanced technologies like 3D printing, and showcasing to the world of the level of sophistication of technology developed in this province. Multiple sectors in the province will benefit, including technology, energy, healthcare, mining, ocean, aquaculture, and fisheries. It will be a key place for industry and post-secondary institutions to collaborate. It will contribute to greening our economy. It will create jobs, and it will serve many members of techNL, Energy NL, ERNL, and the Ocean Supercluster. And it will attract new companies, partners, talents, and investments in our province, which will benefit our community at large. The Innovation Center will be a new building block for our innovation ecosystem and will not have happened without unprecedented levels of collaboration. 23 companies and organizations provided letters of support, including ExxonMobil, GRI Simulation, Memorial University, Seacor, SNET, McInnes Cooper, Ocean Advance, Seafair Capital, Propel, the Newfoundland and Labrador Aquaculture Association, and many others. And we also work closely with Genesis on crafting an impactful relationship between Genesis and the Innovation Center. An inspiring number of tech leaders, volunteers, hours and hours to progress this project as well. A special thank you to Dan Brake with PolyUnity, Craig Rowe with Clear Risk, Randy Billard with Virtual Marine. Actually, Virtual Marine is already in the space, as you can see. Karen Windsor with Atlantic XL, Mark Cumby with Hatch, Karen Oko with Karen Oko Group, and all techNL board members for their commitment and time over the last 6 months and beyond. And of course, thank you to all the other leaders who contributed so much before my time as CEO of techNL, including former techNL CEO Paul Preston, that I think I saw in the room just before, over there, and former techNL chair and acting CEO Kendra MacDonald. I'm sure I missed many on that list. This project has been in the making for years and is really the result of a collective momentum. We also received incredible ongoing support from the provincial and federal governments. Thank you to Premier Furey and Minister Parsons and all the staff at the Departments of Industry, Energy and Technology for your commitment and support to this initiative. Thank you as well to Minister O'Regan for your continued support and encouragement, and to Karen Skinner, Dave Bolland, and all the staff at ACOA for your dedication to this ambitious project. When we all come together around bold objective, we can achieve anything. And today, we demonstrate to the world that we are a world-class collaborative community that dreams big and commits to ambitious projects. So thank you to each of you who made this project possible. Before I finish my remarks, I would like to thank you, our techNL mission partner, Stuart McKilvey, all the techNL members, partners, and board members who continue to support the organization and make our ecosystem thrive and grow. We are going to have an innovation center. Let's build it together to take our innovation ecosystem to new heights. Thank you. Merci à tous.
Thank you, Mr. Villaumé. This is certainly welcome news for our province. techNL's strong leadership, collaborative approach, and vision for growth will continue to help our tech sector to prosper. Up next, it's my pleasure to welcome the Honourable Andrew Furey, Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. Premier, I'll pass things to you.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Joanne. Of course, we're all here for this announcement today, and I bring news that Elon Musk couldn't make it. He's distracted by a poll, I think, but I'm sure he's excited about the Innovation Center here. Thank you all for joining us here today, with an incredible announcement of the newest transformational initiative for the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. A transformation that is really only possible because of the partnership and collaboration of provincial and federal governments, as well as private business. Whether it's in oil and gas, energy, COVID-19, housing, early learning and childcare, or Muskrat Falls, the relationship of collaboration with the federal and provincial government has led to incredible fruitful partnerships. I'm grateful for Minister O'Regan and Joanne and the other Newfoundland and Labrador MPs who do their heavy lift of representing us in Ottawa. Today is another example of that incredible partnership, an exciting day for all of us, one that's been a long time coming, long time. Seems like I've been talking about this forever and I've only been here for 2 years. A space like this has been talked about for a decade, someone reminded me as I was walking in. I want to acknowledge the hard work of those pioneers that have really put their shoulder to the wheel over the last 10 years. I'm going to mix this up now too. Mr. Villaumé, CEO of techNL, who led the development of this center on behalf of partner organizations. Paul Preston, former CEO of techNL. Dan Brake, chair of techNL, and former chair Craig Rowe, as well as multiple board members. Minister Parsons, who I can tell you has been a tireless advocate on behalf of the tech sector from day one since embracing his new portfolio, has been there at the cabinet table ensuring that your voice is heard, and there are tough decisions to make on investments and priorities. And Minister Parsons and his team always ensures that the tech sector is fully recognized, so thank you. And of course, Minister O'Regan, Minister O'Regan and I go back a long ways, and in talking about the future of Newfoundland and Labrador 2 or 3 years ago, our vision collectively held a bright space for the tech sector. Because when you look at the tech sector, an investment in technology is an investment in all other sectors that touch Newfoundland and Labrador. It's an investment in our people, an investment in our economy, and an investment in the future. In fact, I remember when I was entering this role talking with Craig and Paul about this very building and this very idea and the space in general. It was a big thing, an innovation sector to grow and enhance the ecosystem, our proud ecosystem here in Newfoundland and Labrador. It was an idea we loved so much as a team in our government, we pledged to support it immediately. I have to admit I was naive at the time, and it was a day not dissimilar to the weather out like today, about 2 years ago. Then I said, we should be able to have this done by Christmas. Well, here we are, Christmas 2 years later, and Craig and Paul, thank you for you opening my eyes to this incredible opportunity. We're greatly appreciated. And we're so happy as a government to see so many partners working together to bring this into reality. Partner organizations such as Energy NL, Oceans Advance, Ocean Supercluster, Energy Research and Innovation, Newfoundland and Labrador, as well as many other partner companies. Thank you so much. When we work together like this, Newfoundland and Labrador becomes a better place. We invest in our future, we invest in our children, and we give them opportunities. And I couldn't be more delighted to see a building like this here in Rona be reimagined to exactly harness that energy for the future of Newfoundland and Labrador. It mirrors a lot of big steps and leaps, actually, that we're taking forward for future generations on behalf of our citizens. Our tech sector is full of imagination, bringing ingenuity not just to our world, but across the world. A new beginning, a reimagining. An approach behind this new center that's been embraced and will create partnerships, synergies, and networks that will fulfill and propel our province to reach new heights. I can tell you I'm very excited, not just as your Premier, but also as a Newfoundlander and Labradorian with 3 kids who have their eyes firmly focused on a future here in our beautiful province. And our government is so excited to see the results from the investments in this ecosystem and tech sector and startups. Today is about providing another building block to further advance that ecosystem and make it grow, help it mature, and help become a sustainable opportunity for all of Newfoundland and Labrador. Some say if we can figure it out here in Newfoundland and Labrador, it should work anywhere. And our biggest barrier in the past has been our geography. That barrier doesn't exist when it comes to technology. So they're right. Our solutions here are solutions for around the world. Our tech sector is emerging as an international leader, thanks to the many hardworking women and men in the industry and those dedicated to it. We're proud to say our startup community is the largest and fastest growing, full of entrepreneurs, full of people with creativity, with no bounds, here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Look no further than across the street. Verifin, a Newfoundland and Labrador success story playing right out here at home. $2.75 billion in a NASDAQ deal. We need more Verifins, and a space like this will help ensure they're just around the corner. Our innovation-driven entrepreneurs have the potential to scale massively, and an opportunity like this will give them the tools that they need. They solve big problems, problems that go beyond our borders, that go to all corners of the world. We are here to support this industry. You need skilled talent, and we know that. We hear that. We hear that from your companies. And our government and the federal government continues working hard to meet new and aggressive aspirational immigration targets. This year, we saw record-breaking immigration, reversing the population decline and making the highest population increase in over 50 years in our province. That's right, Newfoundland and Labrador is welcoming more newcomers than ever before. More entrepreneurs, more risk takers, more people primed for this very industry. We also know that you face challenges in commercialization and market deployment. So our government committed to provide businesses and research institutions with the tools and infrastructure they need to drive that change. We committed to supporting an innovation space, which we're also proud to stand in today. An investment in technology, as I said, is an investment in all industries. Just look right here, virtual marine. It's not a bunch of programmers coming up with an app to satisfy Mr. Musk. This is real life, real industry in Newfoundland and Labrador. So today I'm very pleased to announce the provincial government's commitment to $7.1 million towards the development of this Newfoundland and Labrador Innovation Centre. A new dynamic space to serve as a hub for some of the province's greatest homegrown talent. This commitment over the life of the project, a commitment that will provide all partners with time to grow and develop, and will hopefully leverage more investment for years to come. Just like across the street, I'm certain there will be solutions developed right here, some that we haven't thought of yet, to problems we haven't conceived of yet. We'll create industries that will provide opportunities for students that are now just in elementary and high school. Solutions, of course, that are driven by the need to create solutions and resources for industries that have been disrupted and now want to embrace the disruption to advance their opportunities worldwide. You collectively have proven your tremendous value to the economy and to the people of this province, so let's continue to work together to ensure that we're harnessing not just the power of this building, although I'm sure it will be plentiful, but the power of the people who employ it, who will build here, who will create here, who will develop here a sustainable future, a bright future for Newfoundland and Labrador. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Premier. Launching this new centre has truly been a team effort as many partners worked together over the last number of months and years to make this happen, so well done. It is my pleasure now to also welcome and introduce my colleague, the Honourable Seamus O'Regan, Minister of Labour, Minister of Parliament for St. John South, Mount Pearl. Today, Seamus will be speaking on behalf of Minister Jeanette Petitpas-Taylor, Minister for Official Languages and Minister responsible for Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, or ACOA. Seamus has been a champion of our province technological industry for many years and understands the impact of the Innovation Centre will have on this province's opportunities for growth. To tell you more, I invite my colleague and friend Seamus to come forward.
Andrew Parsons looks like he's ready to give out cigars. He's just like waiting for it to happen. Finally, finally. This is going to be one of those I'm not going to be paying much attention to the written speeches, so buckle up. Because with all due respect to Jeanette, I'm up here on behalf of the 25-year-old Seamus O'Regan, who was working in the Premier's office back when the Premier was working in the Premier's office a long time ago. And we were, dealing with Natty, and we were dealing with Operation Online, and we captured Soft World 98, taking on software. Look at us now, I went away in 1995. I got a Rotary scholarship to go to Ireland to study the Celtic tiger. Now, you probably imagine I got up to a lot of other things aside from studying the Celtic tiger while I was in Ireland. But they saw in us something that not only have we not lost, but we've only just built on. They saw in us what they have. They saw creativity. They saw collaboration. They saw a culture that could benefit this. Because what did the Irish know necessarily about technology? But they had culture, they had creativity, and they understood the spirit of collaboration if you're a small rock in the middle of the North Atlantic. They understood that. In fact, when we talk about tourism things, and I'd say, we were here to learn from you about tourism, there'd be silence, and I remember the Deputy Minister of Tourism leaning across the table and go, "Icebergs in Wales, and you're here to talk to us about tourism." We've been, and I know as a former Minister of Natural Resources, how we have benefited in Newfoundland and in Labrador with some of the world's greatest natural resources. And it's our people who have learned to be the best in the world at deriving them, developing them, and producing them. But the thing about tech, and I think one of the reasons why we're all so excited, is this is us. This is us. We did this. It's something that conceptually should be able to happen anywhere in the world, and yet we do it so well. And we do it because we are that creative. And we do that because we have developed a culture here that people are drawn to, and people want to stay and be a part of. And that we get that when you're a smaller jurisdiction up against tremendous odds, you collaborate, you work together, as the Premier and I have, as our governments have, taken on things, whether it be rate mitigation or Bay du Nord or COVID, that people thought were insurmountable. But you do them because you work together. I came back and got into politics so excited because I'd spent time at Ryerson University, now it's Toronto Metropolitan University in downtown Toronto, and they had an incredible incubator there called the Digital Media Zone. And I realized that there was so much to be gained by physical proximity, and it's something that I think we appreciate even more now after COVID. There was something about companies being developed beside each other, literally sometimes on the same table, talking to one another, sharing ideas. If one got a hot tip on a really good lawyer, then they knew to share it to the next guy. They knew how to pass it around, and they knew how to work together. You know, I look at the Genesis Center now, and it is without a doubt one of the finest incubators in the world. The more that we can put all companies, big or small, anybody who contributes to this sector, closer together, working together in a physical space, wonders will happen. Things will happen. The future is this. The future is right here. You can call it an innovation ecosystem, you can call it whatever you like, but I smell success in this building. And it's because of everybody here, and it's because of the excitement that it engenders, because this is ours. This is something that our people have created. It's a community, and every community needs a good community center. So I am very happy to announce that the Government of Canada is contributing more than $2.5 million to our new community center here. Normally, you know, we don't tolerate a whole lot of speeches, but there are a lot of people who wanted to speak today, and I'm sure every one of you in this room would want to take this podium and give a speech. This has been a long time coming. It's been the dream of a lot of people. Enjoy today. Have a cigar. But enjoy this, because this is another milestone for us. Miracles are going to happen here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Seamus. I share in your enthusiasm for this new center and its potential to support the growth across so many industries, and it is such a big day. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Honourable, who actually needs no introduction, the Honourable Andrew Parsons, Provincial Minister of Industry, Energy and Technology, to say a few words.
Thank you, Joanne, and I'm going to start right off by apologizing in advance. They wrote a really nice speech, really nice, and similar to what Seamus said, I'm not going to do it justice. I'm a bit manic here. This is just a big, big day. And I look around to the room, there's too many people to introduce. I'm looking, it just feels like family over the last couple of years, all the work that we've done here. I got my colleagues in cabinet and the premier and everybody in this front row, everybody right in the back, everybody here. This is one of the big things that we've been working on for some time. If anything, I just want to toss it a couple shout-outs, just a couple observations. I won't take long because, again, I think we just want to move on and enjoy. This just feels like this is a big day. Just a couple things. One, we already know this space works because I literally walk in and I see Craig Tucker. He's there with Kian. We start talking. We look over and he says, "What's that over there?" "That's Virtual Marine." I said, "Well, let's go meet Randy Billard." We walk around. These two are cooking up a deal just by being in the same space. So we already know we got return on investment coming right now. We already know this. The second thing is I can say that anybody who's in this room that knows me now knows that obviously I'm pretty excited to be in this role. But I got to tell you, the skipper, as I call him, obviously the premier, but the skipper, he is the genesis of that. By changing the name of the department, by inserting tech in there, and just the excitement that he brought into it. Anything that we take comes from his buy-in of what this sector means to this province and what it's going to mean to this province. So I thank the Premier for giving me this job. I will say the first couple months when I got in, I was also responsible for oil, and I thought he didn't like me. But the reality is this has been something that is just so exciting every single day to come in and realize the new opportunities that we have and what we can achieve here. I look at the people in this room from spanning, I guess, the department here when it comes to tech and innovation and energy, all coming together in this new space where I think we're going to see that excitement, that interest is going to mean bigger things. I will disagree with one thing I actually had in my speech there. They said that we are poised to be the next big tech innovation hub in the world, and I say, God damn that's wrong. We are the next big tech innovation space in the world. We're here already. We're here. I'm surrounded by you now. What you're accomplishing is absolutely amazing. Now, I get to stand up here and take some credit, but the reality is I'm looking at people here that did the work. Lately, it's been Dan and Florian. I look down at Jason Higgins in our shop, and Kirk and Michelle. They've put a significant amount of work into this, and I thank you for everything that you've done in partnership, again, with our federal partners, with everybody. Then I look back, though, there's a few people in this room that I have to recognize. Craig Rowe is back here somewhere. Paul Preston is back there somewhere. Jillian Skinner from our department is back there. And if we had a nickel for every curse word that we had over the last 2 years, we'd have this thing paid off in a heartbeat. The reality is this took a lot of effort. This took a lot of figuring out how do we make it happen. These are the individuals that made this happen. I'm just really happy that I got to be here. And again, the people sitting here have been working on this for a decade. There was a lot of people that came together to make this a reality. The best news about this all is that today's exciting. The grand opening is going to be exciting. What gets built here and designed here and done here is going to be even more exciting. On that note, everyone, thank you so much for being here. The sky's the limit, onwards and upwards. Have a great holiday season. Thank you so much.
Minister Parsons, thank you. Well said. It is a partnership, and to be able to identify so many people in this room, and the ones that are not in the room, but also that made it happen, but absolutely to also very beautifully point out that we are there. This is not about making it happen. We've made it happen, and today really is a celebration of so much more to come. So thank you for that. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you, and again, I'm sure very little introduction is needed, Mr. Dan Brake. I pass the podium to you.
Thank you. Thank you, and as a past chair of techNL, and Jacqueline Lee, the current chair, and the entire board of techNL, just greetings, and just say how special a moment this is, and how special a day this is. Conversations about this innovation center have been going on for well over a decade, and after the decision was made for techNL to make this a reality, we began a multi-year journey. A journey which spanned 4 techNL chairs, 2 techNL CEOs, over 200 meetings, multiple proposals and business models, and the most elaborate set of spreadsheets known to humanity. But that was required. It was a job that was needed. And it's one of the most complex projects I've ever been involved in. And I really appreciate now why it's taken so much time for an innovation center to become a reality here in the province. But now that we have the industry support and the funding to launch our programming, we will build a sustainable innovation center and a key piece of infrastructure for our already vibrant ecosystem. Although techNL helped lead the charge, this is not a techNL innovation center. We partnered with Energy NL, Canada Ocean Supercluster, and Energy Research and Innovation Newfoundland and Labrador, easier to say ERI-NL. We collaborated with a bunch of other stakeholders as well, industry stakeholders, provincial and federal governments, companies, and the academic community. It's an exceptional example of what can be achieved through collaboration and demonstrates just how collaborative our province is. If anything, it's our superpower, and it's been amazing to collaborate with so many people throughout this project. So I personally want to thank everyone. I've been pestering weekly for the past 18 to 24 months. Been a real pain in the posterior, I know that. But I really thank you for your patience, your guidance, and for your support. It's been an amazing journey. Also, today's announcement does not mark the end of the journey. Don't want to burst any bubbles, but it's quite the opposite. Today marks the start of the next phase, and for this phase, we're going to need all of your voices. We need the community to be involved to make this a success. We need donors, we need sponsors, we need companies, and we need projects who wish to collaborate in this space. VMT are already doing it, and it's working out well for them, so we need more people involved here. Today means that a Newfoundland and Labrador Innovation Centre is going to be a reality, and now we look forward to working with all of you to leverage this opportunity to make Newfoundland and Labrador a global leader in remote operations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, for what you've done to make this a reality. And our final remark today will be from one of the first tenants of the new centre, Karen Windsor, who has worked for more than 20 years in the oil and gas industry and is currently the Chief Operating Officer at Atlantic XL. Ms. Windsor, I now invite you to the podium.
Thank you, MP Thompson, for the introduction, and also to techNL for allowing me to speak. I'm very excited to be here today. It's a great day. Welcome, Minister O'Regan, Premier Furey, Minister Parsons, and all invited guests. We are thrilled at Atlantic XL to be involved in the journey to this day and the announcement of an innovation centre for Newfoundland and Labrador. We will be moving into the facility with the province's first commercial metal 3D printer as soon as possible. In getting ready to speak here today, I reflected on one main question that I felt I should address. Why is the Innovation Centre important to Atlantic XL? Why are we eager to be a part of it? For us, additive manufacturing is a perfect fit to the work that will occur at the Innovation Centre. It is and will continue to be an important area of innovation and business excellence to the local and global markets. The items that we will print will be of the highest caliber, meeting or exceeding industry requirements. Our new division at Atlantic XL will alleviate supply chain issues, accelerate the ability to prototype, support our clients' innovation needs, and continuously work in a sustainable manner that is in line with the province's and country's net zero targets. The waste reduction and energy savings associated with this process is a strategic area of focus for our organization. While this is the first commercial printer of its kind for this province, this technology has been in place for quite some time. 3D printing's potential across any and all verticals such as healthcare, energy, aerospace, and automotive continues to accelerate. We want to be a part of that. Not just Atlantic XL, we want to partner with academia to enhance skill development and innovation in this space, and the business community to solve challenges that are unique to this province. This Innovation Centre is where we will learn and grow together. We will seek out opportunities within our own provincial business community, and anywhere globally there is a challenge that we can solve. My best day will be when Atlantic XL and a diverse group of other individuals and businesses come together at the Innovation Centre to announce to you our latest success in additive manufacturing, delivered right here in Newfoundland and Labrador. In closing, I encourage other organizations and idea-filled individuals to get in touch with techNL and get involved in the Innovation Centre. At Atlantic XL, we would also love to hear from you. We want to hear your ideas, work with you, and grow this province as an innovation and technology hub for the world. Today is a great day. Our province has found its place, developing an innovation centre that will be available to all the people of Newfoundland and Labrador, and we will all learn and grow together. Thank you and congratulations to all involved with getting us here today, and we look forward to getting started.
Thank you, Karen, and I appreciate you sharing your company's plans and hopes that you will see many benefits from being part of this Innovation Center. This concludes the official part of our event, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming today and to celebrate this absolutely fantastic news for the province. For members of the media, Minister O'Regan, Premier Furey, and Mr. Villaumé will be available for the media scrum. Thank you.